going to be prepping for a market that I have coming up at the end of the week. The market is on Friday and it is currently Sunday. So I've got a little bit of stuff to do, but I'm not super duper worried because honestly this market is a really small intimate event at a local med spa here, and it's only like 3 hours. So I also don't get the same space that I normally have. It's just going to be a single table, which is great. I don't have to worry about taking my whole setup, and I don't have to worry about taking a ton of inventory. So we're going to be just working on a few small things here and there that I wanted to include, which one of those is going to be some new glass can designs. I ordered some UV DTF prints. I ordered a big gang sheet. So these are all the things that I ordered. It was actually bigger. It was taller. I had to cut off some for a wholesale order that I have, but I'm going to be cutting these out. I really like all these designs that I did. It says Instant Mom, Just Add Coffee, which I definitely am feeling right now. Overstimulated Moms Club, which is an updated design. I currently have one that's like a retro vibe, but I like this one a lot better. So we're going to update to this one. We've got the daisies. This is going to be a full wrap. So each can will have 3 rows of daisies. And then I don't know about this one. This one I adjusted the colors because I thought I really liked it when I initially made it. But now that it's here, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about the green and the yellow. So we might not use that one, we'll see. But yeah, so these are the ones. And then I have these guys here, which in the center is my logo. It says the Handmade Mom with the flower. And then around here, it just says hand wash only. I am planning to add these to the bottom of my glass cans, but these might actually be a little bit too big. They fit, I don't have a glass can here to measure it, but they fit under the bottom, but I think it just might be too much. I might need to make it a little bit smaller. So kind of a bummer because I have a ton of them, but that's okay, you know, trial and error, figure out what works. So I have that I need to cut out, and then I also need to package up. I have these that are for your dishwasher, clean and dirty. They've got a couple of magnets on the back, and so basically what you do is you put them on the dishwasher. Whenever you're loading it, it's still dirty, you haven't run it, you put this side up, and then once you run it, flip it over. Because I can't tell you how many times my husband and I have forgotten if we ran the dishwasher or what, or we asked the other and we don't know. So much easier, so much easier. So I'm adding these to my shop. I'm not doing a big launch on these. I'm just putting them out there at my markets. So gotta find packaging for this. And then what else? I think that's really like it for the main stuff that I need to do. Oh no, I do need to go to the gym and get all of my inventory. From there, I am gonna start packaging my apparel. Instead of having it hang up on clothes racks, I'm gonna have it packaged up in poly bags, clear poly bags, and then have them kind of stacked up. I am gonna have a few that are out for display so you can see, but overall I'm just gonna leave them in the poly bags. It'll help with saving space on twins are waking up from their nap. So let's finish this up really quickly. But transporting for to and from markets and putting them out so I don't have to hang all of them up one by one, because right now what I do is I put them in a bin, they're folded up, and then I have to unfold them, put them on a hanger, and put them out. Plus carrying the clothes rack and having to assemble and disassemble, it's a thing. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna try having them pre-folded, bagged in poly bags, and go from there. So that is really all that we have to do this week. So today I think I'm gonna start with this, cutting these up and trying to package these guys. So I'm probably gonna go to the gym later today, maybe. We'll see, fingers crossed if I can get there. If not, we'll just go in the next couple of days, get that stuff, bring it home, and then we can finish out what I need to do there. But that's really it. We're just getting ready for the market. I'm excited. I'm excited. I haven't done an event like this where it's a small intimate one. I've always done like the bigger markets that are outdoors, and I'm excited to see how this goes. So here we go. Okay, y'all. So we just need to take a minute to appreciate the cleanliness that is my work desk right now. Because if you guys have seen, which I'm sure you have in my other videos, my desk here is usually piled high with a bunch of stuff. The pegboard has been kind of janky looking, and I redid all of that. I cleared off my desk and it is all clean, and I am absolutely in love with it. So just wanted to share that with y'all. So I just want to show you guys how these turned out. This is a sample for a birth flower collection, but the bottom hand wash only sticker actually fit really, really well, and I really, really liked how it turned out. So yay! So I recently made a stamp with my logo. I already had one, but I wanted to make a new one because, as you can see, there's some like things there that just didn't look super nice. So I made my own with my laser engraver, and I actually really like how it turned out. Let me know if you guys would want to see a video on how I made the stamp, but I think it turned out really nice. We are checking in. It is Wednesday and I have been kind of doing some work. Last night I was actually doing a lot of editing for a YouTube video, so didn't really do too much for prep on the market, but today we are working on market prep. So I'm trying to finish up some of the stuff that I had on my list. I know I said that it was not too much to do, but I always do this. I always am like, oh, there's not too much to do. And then I put more and more and more on my list. And now here we are on Wednesday, the market's on Friday, and I'm not done. So, and I'm probably nowhere near done. So that's okay. I did get all of the glass cans put on, like have the transfers put on. So that is done on both the 16 and the 20 ounce, which is great. I have all of my new designs. So now I just need to tag them, I think. So I wanted to put, let me show you guys. Okay, there. I got these, I think I showed you, yeah, I showed you earlier when I was cutting out the transfers, but I got these hand wash only stickers. They're UV DTF, so the same as what's on the design, but I am wanting to put that at the bottom of the can. One, so that way it has my branding on there, and then two, it's just a reminder for people afterwards, like I think I said before, where throughout the care card that I give them and all of that, and this is just a reminder of hand wash only. So I'm gonna put those, I want to put those on the bottom, but I think I'm gonna prioritize putting tags. So pricing tags is going to be changing a little bit from what I used to do. I used to print out barcodes and then stick them to the bottom of the can, but obviously if I'm putting on these hand wash only stickers, then I need to put my price tags somewhere else. So I did this morning. It's just a little card that I cut out. I don't even remember the dimensions. I'll measure it and then I'll put it up here somewhere for you guys. But I did that, and then I just put my stamp with it. I made this a long time ago for something else and I just never used it, so we're repurposing it now. And then I have a little string that it is attached to, and basically this is going to sit inside of the lid. So the lid will be on top of it and this will be hanging on that can, and then the barcode sticker goes on the back there. So that's the plan with that. So I think I'm going to prioritize that over putting on these. If I don't get these on, that's okay. I'll put them on for my next show. So I'm doing that. I have an order that I got from Etsy that I need to finish packaging, and I really want to try to get the mom puff sweatshirts ready to go for this weekend or for Friday, because I feel like we're running low on cold days, at least here. I want to get those out as quickly as possible, because otherwise then I'm stuck with them for another year. So I'm going to try and do that as well, and I think those are going to be the main things. Oh, I do need to input this stuff into Shopify so that way it's in my POS system, and then on Friday I can just click all the things I need to click. So yeah, a lot to do. A lot more than I was anticipating, but that is my own fault. That is my own doing. I just add things to my list all the time. So here we are.
Falling on my knees, you pick me up so tender. I surrender. Great pretender. Before I met you, who was I? Now you're my center. I surrender. I built walls on the land, then I left, then I man. All it took was a look, crumbling the earth shook. Yeah, I surrender. Falling on my knees, you pick me up so tender. Throw my hands up in the air. Yeah, I surrender. You pick me up so tender. Right here I
Hey y'all, so update, it is now the night before the market and I have quite a bit of stuff to do still. We are still finishing up bagging the shirts in the cellophane bags. I did have some issues with the bags that I was getting from Amazon. Not that they were, like, the bags themselves weren't the issue. Like, they were still good quality and all that. They were just not the types of bags that I was looking for. And it was just an error on my part of not really paying attention when I was ordering them. So I finally got in a third order of the big bags for my sweatshirts, and they're exactly what I wanted. So finally got that in, and super duper excited because then now I can finish out them all completely. So I did that, which you guys just saw, and then we're gonna finish up the shirts. I still have these shirts here that need to be bagged, folded and bagged. So we're gonna do that. I am not in my office because I had a whole setup earlier and then I had to go and do something, so I had to leave my setup. So instead of moving it all back to my office, we're just gonna stay here. So we're gonna do that, and then we have to print barcode labels, new barcode labels to put on the bags. Usually they're on the tags that I have on the actual shirt themselves, but because they're in the bag, I don't have access to the tag. So I need to print new barcode labels, and oh, I still want to try to make those mama sweatshirts. I was going to try to sew some scrunchies. I'm not going to get to that. I have zero prepped for scrunchies, so we're just going to nix that. I'm going to take what I have and just leave it at that. And then I would work on adding scrunchies for my next market. So there's that. So we're going to work on the mama sweatshirts when we get back inside. And then it's just gonna be kind of making sure I have everything packed away that I need. So I think we're doing good. I need to see how full this bin is going to be with the shirts. And then I'll know if I need my other bin that I have that's like on standby for the shirts, or if this one will be enough. So we will see, but here we go. So we are packed up, ready to go. I didn't get to record much last night because I was just crazy busy trying to run around, do all the things I needed to do, and on top of that I was so tired, so I ended up falling asleep extra early. It's just been a long day. So didn't get to record much yesterday, but we are packed up. Today I was solo parenting while my husband was in the office at work, and so I had all 3 kiddos at home. My mother-in-law came and swapped me out so I can go to the market. But during like nap time when the twins were down, I brought Lala outside and we just loaded up the truck and got everything to go. So I hope I've got everything. I'm kind of nervous. This is the first time that I'm doing everything for a show completely solo. Normally my husband helps me with either like loading up or like the actual market day itself, but this time I am fully solo. So kind of nervous about that, but I think I've got everything. I hope I've got everything. We will see, but here we go. Okay, so this is future editing me. I had to do a voiceover because something happened weird with this audio and I just lost all the sound to this clip. So anyways,
Basically, what I was talking about here was how when I got to the venue, I wasn't sure exactly where to go because the building behind me had multiple businesses, and this event was being hosted by two businesses that are somehow connected, somehow related, and they had separate entrances on either end of the building. So I didn't know where to go. I tried going into both of them and they were locked and I couldn't see anybody inside. So yeah, that was fun. I messaged the person that I was talking with on Instagram and was waiting for a reply, but I was nervous because we were starting off so strong with not being able to get into the building and not knowing where to go. But otherwise, that is what I was talking about.
All right, y'all, so we are done with the market, packed up in the car, ready to go, and sorry for the lighting, it's nighttime, but it ended up being a really, really great market. I was really pleased. I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't expecting much, I guess. I've never done an event like this, and it turned out wonderfully. So I hit my big super goal. I was wanting to hit at least 5 sales, but I had a big super goal of like hitting 10 sales, and we hit that goal. So super duper excited about that. Now I am tired, going home, and then I will chat with you guys in just a little bit about everything, my thoughts and how things went and all that fun stuff. So we are heading home now. All right, so I wanted to come on and chat with you guys just kind of about like my experience, my thoughts, things that happened, all that fun stuff. Because although this was a really small event and it was like a really intimate thing, it was so impactful for me. Like there were so many things that I learned and gained from being a vendor at this event that I am hoping that it really has a positive impact for future markets and future events. Let's start off with a big one. I mentioned earlier in the video that this was the first time that I was doing a solo market, like completely solo, where I was going setting up, running the market and then breaking down all on my own. And I was really nervous about it because I didn't know if I would be able to do it. I didn't know if I would be able to troubleshoot things on my own. And luckily, everything fine, everything went great. I was able to unload everything. I did run into a couple of hiccups where like in the beginning I couldn't figure out how to get into the building, and then actually while I was setting up and the market had technically already started, I was trying to connect my card reader to my iPad, and for some reason it just wasn't connecting. It would like say it was connected and then I tried to go use it and it wasn't working, and it was just a thing for like 15 minutes. And so I did run into a couple of hiccups, but I was able to resolve them quickly enough where it didn't impact anything. So that was really good. So that was the first thing that was a big thing for me, was being able to do that. Now, I know it's gonna be different when it's like a longer full day event, and when I have a full 10 by 10 space, that's gonna be completely different because there's more things, more setup, more managing, all that stuff. But at least this kind of got my foot in the door and like got me experienced in it a little bit, where I feel a little bit more comfortable to do it again in the future. So I did mention for this market that I had a couple of goals that I was trying to meet for this market. I didn't really know what to expect because of the type of event that it was. This was the first time that this business was hosting an event like this, so they really weren't sure what the turnout would be. And it was free, so it's not really going in with a lot of expectations. So what I did, instead of a dollar amount for my sales for the event, I decided to set a goal of sales, like total number of sales. And like I said, my like small goal, I was like, please just let's hit this, is 5 sales. And my big goal was 10, and we actually hit the big goal and actually passed it a little bit. We had 12 total sales, which was amazing. I was so excited and so thankful for hitting those 12 sales. So that was really great. And like I mentioned, there was no vendor fee, so that was even better because everything was just then profit. I met some amazing vendors while I was there. This one in particular, like, everybody was just so sweet and so supportive of each other. It was amazing. Particularly my vendor neighbor to my left, like directly to my left, she was so sweet. We were chatting the whole time, and there was so many things that we were like kind of relating on. And at one point she actually supported and defended one of my bling cups, and she was saying like how they're handmade and everything is placed one by one, like she does all of that herself, all those things. And it was so sweet because I don't think I've ever had a vendor neighbor or just a vendor in general come over and support my products like that and defend my products like that. Like, I've never met her before. I've never seen her products. She's never seen my stuff. Like, we literally just met that day, and it was so kind of her to do that and stick up for my products. And I felt so appreciative of it because like I said, I'd never had that happen before. So thankful for that. She was so sweet. And on top of that, there were some other things that I learned from her, and I'll get into that a little bit more, but like, she was just a great vendor neighbor. Along with the amazing vendor neighbor that I had, I met some really great customers that came through my booth area. One in particular gave me information that I have been looking for literally months. I've been looking to get onto my local news station as my own independent entity, as just the handmade mom, right? Not related to a market that I was involved in or anything like that, which is the last time I was on the local news station. But I've been looking for months and I could not find a specific contact person. I could not find, like, there's no application or form. I finally got this information from the market. One of the people that came by, so at the event, they gave everybody cards, and everybody had to go around to all the vendors and get a stamp, and then at the end they get some prize or they get entered into a drawing or something like that. And so this gentleman was coming around and he was getting his stamps, and so he gets to my booth. I'm telling him about the products and the goal and all the things, right? I was doing my spiel, and he was looking around. He's like, "Oh my gosh, this stuff is so amazing! It's so great. It's not a product for me because I am not a mom, but I work at the local news station and we have a new segment coming on and we're da 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 da. I think your business would be a really great fit for that. So he gave me his information and now I have that in that I've been looking for to try to get onto my local news. So honestly, had I not made any sales and just got that information at this event, like I would have been totally fine. Like I was so ecstatic to get that information. And now I'm hoping that I'll be able to get onto the news station and just continue to grow and spread the word of what I'm trying to do. I mentioned how I learned a lot and kind of took on some things from my vendor neighbor that I observed. So let me kind of elaborate because I feel like this one had a really big impact on things. And I'm interested to see how they're going to impact things in like other markets. This vendor neighbor was so warming and welcoming every time a customer walked by. Like it wasn't an awkward interaction. Now, I know there's some people who out there are just like wonderful at making small talk, starting conversations with strangers that they've never met before. Yeah, no, me, that's not me. I am the complete opposite. When I don't know you and I'm trying to initiate conversation, it is so awkward. I am so like just weird about it. I just don't know how to do it, right? And being a vendor at a market, you kind of need to have that skill. You kind of need to be able to do that at least a little bit. And I can't even tell you how many times my husband has made fun of me for something that I said because I just didn't know how to start a conversation. If somebody starts a conversation with me, I'm totally fine. I can continue the conversation, I can be involved, and it's like no big deal. But if I have to initiate the conversation, like that's a whole nother thing for me. So anyways, I was observing the other vendors around me and especially obviously my neighbor vendor, she's right next to me. And I noticed just kind of like her energy and her vibe. In the beginning, I was very awkward. I didn't really know where to stand. I normally have like my checkout area. So I know where my place is. But here I just had my table with everything there. And so I didn't really know where to stand. I was awkward. Like, do I stand on the side? How do I talk to people? Like, it was a thing for probably the first 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And then after observing her and kind of taking on some of that and getting a little bit more comfortable, I started to do these like little introductory one-liners. So like I mentioned, everybody had to get these cards and they come around and get them stamped by every vendor. So they got to my booth and what I noticed my vendor neighbor doing was like kind of using that to initiate the conversation. Now the way she did it was a little bit different because she had scented products. So she kind of used that to her advantage. Whereas I didn't really have anything to use in the same way. But what I did do was take that moment while I was stamping. People are obviously looking around waiting for their card to get back to them and just say like a simple, everything you see here is handmade. Anything you see with rhinestones is hand placed one by hand by me. And I don't know, something about that line just kind of like it did a couple of things. I feel it intrigued people. It let them know that like everything is handmade. And then when I say, especially about the rhinestones being hand placed by me one by one, it kind of lets them know that like, okay, the rhinestones are probably gonna be a little bit more expensive because of the handmade aspect, hand placing all of those one by one. And it just kind of adds, and especially that line too, it adds a layer of interest because then people are like, oh really? Like, wow, that's so amazing, that's so cool, or whatever, right? And then I can go into like, yeah, anything from the flower clips all the way up to the full bling tumblers. I completely hand make those one by one, putting those jewels on. And it just kind of starts that conversation. So I took that on. It was not something that I planned. It was not something that I thought about or prepped beforehand. I just thought about it in the moment and like it seemed to work really, really well. After I started kind of doing that one-liner, it really helped make the process smoother and the interactions smoother between me and my customers. And then on top of that was talking about my reasoning for having the products that I do, right? Like there's so many people that have the glass cans. There's so many people that have keychains. There's so many people that have shirts. Like, what makes my things different is that I focus on mom and positivity, and I'm specifically trying to make items that are going to make mom feel just a little bit better in any kind of way that I can. Making it a point to talk about my why and incorporating that in my conversations with my customers. And people really, really resonated with that. People really, really like that, and they could get behind that, and they could back that, and they really, really felt that. So I am so excited to try those out in future markets, because I do have a few markets coming up for the next few months. So March, April, and May, I am going to be doing more markets before it gets crazy hot outside. So I am excited to see how that goes. I will keep you guys updated, and hopefully it goes well. I am so thankful to the Med Spa for reaching out and inviting me to be a vendor at this event. It was such a great one, and I am hopeful that I can go back for more events with them in the future. If you are interested in seeing any of my future market vlogs, then be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the bell notifications so that way you'll be notified anytime that I upload those videos. If you enjoyed this one, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. It helps out me and my channel so much. And if you don't mind, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the including your story when you're talking to customers at market. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.